Well, hello, YouTube. Welcome to another edition of the podcast here on Three Marlets channels. I'm Three Marlets. Uh, and today's podcast is going to be centered on a video game review, something which I haven't done in a while. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, I've been having a few financial difficulties recently. Unfortunately, my regular job does not function in the summer, so I have to wait until fall picks up. And I'm still trying to find a regular full time job. So, what's the thing you cut out of your budget? It's buying a brand new video game. Even, used ones you can normally cut. But when the Steam Summer Sale came around, I looked for good deals and I bought some good deals. One of them being Terraria, which I got for like $2.50. It's now gone up, but it's only $10. And I mean, if unlike me you have a regular job, that's really cheap. If this was like a month or two ago, not a month or two, but if this was like 2 months ago when I was still working, $10 wouldn't have been a problem at all. Terraria, now, for those of you who aren't familiar, is basically just a 2D Minecraft with more monsters and, frankly, more annoying monsters. I had picked this up, and I actually convinced a friend of mine to buy it as well, who didn't want to buy it, but luckily he had just won a couple $100 at AC that weekend. AC is Atlantic City. So he was a little bit more willing to spend some fast cash, and it was only $2.50. So we bought that, and this game was surprisingly addicting. Now, I had heard good things about this. I had seen it played on Lord Cat's channel, which, if you haven't checked out, check out live at lordcat.com, or just go to lordcat.com and see his live stream there, where he'll always be playing new games. And I'd seen it was interesting, and it's a basic concept. You're in a world of Terraria. You have to build. You have to collect materials, mine materials. Cut down trees to get wood, mine to get dirt, rocks, gold, other materials, and it gives you an incentive to build at least a house or some sort of base, because there's also a day-night cycle. During the day, everything's fine. There's these slime things that'll come and attack you, but are fairly easy to defeat. But at night, zombies come out, and then not only are there zombies coming out, but flying eyeballs that try to attack you in the air or crash down on you if you don't have a roof. So there's an incentive to build some sort of fortress. Keep your chest in, keep your construction area, because not only you get the materials, you have to bring them back to your house, where you should have a construction table set up, and a forge where you can melt your materials to turn them into gold bars, and then using the table construct stuff like chandeliers and add additional things to your house. Or more importantly and more likely, build better pickaxes. So unlike Minecraft, which your stuff deteriorates, you don't have anything deteriorate right now in this game. Instead, you have how fast it can dig through material. So if you have a top level pickaxe, that thing will go through rock like nothing. Go through like a knife through hot butter. A crappy pickaxe will take you more time. The same thing with an axe. If you want to go chop down a tree to make some wood, better the axe, faster the tree chops down. And the world's fairly expansive. Generally, on the surface you have several different types of terrain. You have your standard wood, then you get into jungle, and then you get into there's a deserty area. There's an area, there's on both of the extreme sides of your map, there are oceans. You have what's called the desolate area, which is an area that spawns these Cthulhu creatures, or eaters of souls, or something along those lines, that try to kill you, which are always fun. And there's always bad material that can't be helped. The land's been corrupted, although in the more advanced stages of the game you can get stuff that'll bring the area back to life, and you can potentially purify the entire world and get rid of the bad corrupted zone, and you have a temple. Now, that's just on the top level. There's also floating islands which you can get to, which you'll find hidden stuff, or you can just get to the island, there's normally a building on there made of some valuable material. You can just mine out the entire building, but beware, there's harpies that will attack you. Uh, there's also, as I said, they have that's just on the surface. Now below, there's several different levels of underground. There's your first starting area where it's just mostly dirt, very few rock. Then you get to your first level of the underworld, which you get more dirt or more rock, better rocks. You get gems and stuff. You'll find patches of underground lakes and stuff in caverns. Then you start to get an area where you'll find patches of lava, and there'll be even more rock. Where now it's rare to find dirt, but it's mostly rock. And there's also underground jungles normally, which will actually, if you get into the jungle, you find the right hole. It's a jungle that'll go down almost all the way. But as you're in this lava zone, then you go below that, and you've actually reached hell. There's demons flying around. There's a giant snake, bone snake creature that'll attack you. There's little imps. There's like buildings of hell. There's little buildings you can get into, and then mine and get what's called hellstone, which is like the best material in the game. Which is basically the ultimate goal. Now and that's basically your goal. It's just to get more materials to build stuff, mainly to build armor and better pickaxes for yourself. And there's like 3 bosses to fight. There's the Eye of Cthulhu, which you can fight. There is the Skeletron guy, which if you go to the temple, talk to an old man at night, guy turns into a giant skeleton and fight him. And there's a giant snake-like monster in the corrupted area. And sometimes you can count those bone snakes in hell. They're rarely tough, but they're not considered bosses. And that's basically it, which is kind of the fault of the game. It's fun. It'll take up hours of your time. I would imagine you get a good 40 hours of gameplay. But once you build the best set of armor, there's no purpose. You can kind of try to build. I mean, at every level, there's monsters that'll attack you. You go down deeper, you'll find undead miners and such. Bigger slime creatures. There's worms that'll attack you. But I mean, after you really get like the best sets of armor, and you have guns, you have super powerful swords and pickaxes, you don't see the point in playing anymore. And this is where it falls behind Minecraft, because Minecraft is always centered around the idea of building. But however, you're in a 2D environment in this, and it's not as fun to build 2D. It's hard to build rooms. Now, there are some things I do like that you can build. You can build chandeliers in this game. You could build tables and beds and such, which is, especially with the tables and stuff, which is more, I think they are planning to add some of that stuff to Minecraft, mainly because a bunch of people said, why don't, if you play Minecraft, lighting sources, you're basically stuck with torches, and you're like, I know in Minecraft I built like this alpine villa, and I can't have chandeliers, I can only put torches in there. But apparently they're updating that. But, yeah, the building, eventually you just get to the point where you build this house to protect you from the zombies at night, and you have to build rooms or small buildings. Basically, people make it like it's rooms. There's a technique behind it. And you'll have NPC show up, which is one of the more, compared to Minecraft, is, at least at this moment, more interesting, in that you can first acquire a merchant, then a nurse, then you get an arms dealer, a demolitionist, this naked chick that'll sell the stuff that'll fix the corruption. I think you get a clother, which is actually the old man that turns into Skeletron if you defeat him. So you can build up a little town where everyone has their purpose and they'll be running around. It's somewhat interesting. But it's not like Minecraft where you can go, I'm going to build a giant statue of, I don't know, trees. Well, not giant statue of trees. It's stupid, but you could build that in Minecraft. Or you could do what I did. Like, you find a mountain and you go like, I'm going to stick a kick-ass villa on the top of this mountain, so I have an awesome view. And that's where my character will spawn. It's not like that. It's not like you can construct cool stuff like that in Minecraft, in Terraria, which is its default. So once you hit that end, it's like, there's nothing else to do. I was mining and doing all this stuff just to get better materials so I can get better equipment. I have the better equipment now. I don't know what to do, and that's the fault of the game. The other fault of the game is the enemies come at you almost relentlessly at times, where it seems like if you're in certain zones, you can't get a break at all. And that's a problem for a game. You want to be able to take a little bit breather, especially if you want to encourage people to mine, to build materials and stuff, to build a house or something. It can get rather annoying, because at times you're going to have to switch out your inventory. You might have to worry about dropping certain items. And it's hard to do that when every 5 seconds a new slime creature or bat has spawned and is attacking you. And I mean, at night it's supposed to be relentless. That's why you're supposed to take shelter at night. But being attacked by hordes of zombies and eyeballs can get a little old too. And the fact that sometimes you pick up stuff that you don't want anymore. A perfect example: the demonic eyes that attack you. They primarily, the big thing they drop are lenses, which you can turn into glasses for your character. If you don't want the glasses, or you've already made them though, it winds up just taking up inventory space. So it would be nice if you could choose not to pick up certain things. And it's not like Minecraft, because it's on a 2D platform. It's hard to avoid. You really have to try to jump over these drops big time, and sometimes you really can't avoid jumping. You can't jump over them, or you can't jump over them enough not to pick up their items. So that gets a little annoying. But overall, I would still recommend it, because it's on a fairly cheap side. It's not a whole lot of money, and it does take you quite a few hours to beat this, and you can always create this new character. Or you can get a friend, and you can help your friend build up his stuff. But compared to Minecraft, I'd go with Minecraft. One, because it appears that Minecraft has looked at people's complaints with Terraria, and looked at some of the other things that Terraria has done, like be able to build more than just torches for your lighting, and are starting to incorporate that, at least from what I'm hearing, into the game, where you can be able to build chandeliers, and even the idea of incorporating NPCs into the game. So those advantages that Terraria does have over Minecraft at this moment appear that they're going to not be there, which is the advantage of Minecraft is it's a constantly updating game, and it's still technically in its beta. I mean, I have Minecraft beta on my computer. It's a beta, therefore it's not done. But so I recommend it, though. To be fair, it's only about it's less than half the price of Minecraft. So if you want something to ease it, and I would recommend this, it's a good way to ease into. If you're not sure about Minecraft, it's a good way to ease into it, get an idea. It uses many of the same concepts, so this is a good Minecraft trainer. It'll get you with the idea of how you have to build stuff, to mine and all that stuff, how you do it. So it's a good Minecraft trainer. It's a good companion piece to Minecraft. So I do recommend the game. It does have some flaws, and it does kind of lose its purpose. You kind of wish, but that's kind of like every game, especially ones that are more open. I mean, there's always a point where a lot of open world games, you're like, there's nothing else for me to do in this. I mean, I've beaten the story, and at this point, fighting off hordes and hordes of gangs or cops, or just not doing it right now. And that's how most people end their open world games. Kind of find them bored. But I still recommend it. If you're choosing between Minecraft and Terraria, go with Minecraft. That's all I can say with that. But I do recommend it as a kind of training to get into Minecraft. That's what it's good for. Well, that is it for now. Signing off for now. We'll be back later with more reviews of movies, games, TV shows. You guys have probably been seeing a lot this week. That's because I basically took a big, long, hour-long stretch of just recording several things I've been wanting to record, and I'm just gonna every day this kind of just put. I mean, if you know how I do my podcast on YouTube, I just basically take a picture, put it on there, and release the audio, because that's what this show is. It is really a podcast. But stay tuned for more new movie reviews, old movie reviews, movie speculation, trailer reactions, random rants, video game reviews, video game speculation. Perhaps some more general stuff. Perhaps we'll try to expand into different things soon. Maybe not, but I've been talking for well over an hour now, and on this particular subject for 15 minutes, so I think I'm gonna call it for now. Signing off.